Well, good day, chaps. Welcome to Banting Banter. This is your host, Banting. This is the show where banting comes out and banters about beautiful things. See, this episode, we're going way back in the archives to bring you some encouragement. But before that, we had a comment this week that the show Banting Banter is cheesy. Well, you are right, because today's sponsor is Gouda. Or for you less cheesy people, Gouda. But life is good, with Gouda. Now, as all of us know, what happened 262 years and 2 days ago, but for those who fail history class, I'm going to mention it, the great Saint Jonathan Edwards died. Now, you might be thinking, how is talking about someone's death encouraging? Well, I think it will be. But even morbid Marshall thinks about the things he wants to say and do on his deathbed or when he was about to kick the bucket. And the one thing is for sure with all this virus talk and all this COVID-19 out and about, people talking about death a little bit more. But I want to talk about how Jonathan Edwards died and his last words. And to do that, I'm going to be reading a little bit from a book. All right? So let's jump into the archives from 262 years and 2 days ago. What took place? It says, an outbreak of smallpox was sweeping the area, and Edwards was advised to be inoculated against it. A still relatively new procedure, he complied, and the inoculation seemed to have the desired effect. Edwards was well and protected. But suddenly pustules appeared in his mouth and throat, growing to the point of preventing his swallowing. Unable to drink much, he developed a fever, and his condition deteriorated rapidly. In this brief period, he told his daughter Lucy this. It seems to me to be the will of God that I must shortly leave you. Therefore give my kindest love to my dear wife, and tell her that the uncommon union which has so long subsisted between us has been of such a nature as I trust is spiritual, and therefore will continue forever. And I hope she will be supported under so great a trial, and submit cheerfully to the will of God. And as to my children, you are now like to be left fatherless, which I hope will be an inducement to you all to seek a father who will never fail you. What encouraging and wise words from a dying father to his child. Shortly after this, he looked around the room and said, Now where is Jesus of Nazareth, my true and never failing friend? He lapsed into unconsciousness, and those around spoke of what the loss of Jonathan Edwards would mean to the church, how irreplaceable he would be. Suddenly, he opened his mouth and uttered his last words. Trust in God, and you need not fear. The end came upon Jonathan Edwards swiftly, with Jesus lifting him into eternity on March 22nd, 1758. What amazing words of faith from a husband and father who cared, and a man who cared for the church. Those last words, trust in God and you need not fear. I think that is a powerful message that we need to hear today. No matter where we're at, no matter what we're struggling with, no matter our circumstances, that message is always true that we need to trust in God, and when you trust in God, you need not fear because He is God. I hope that when I'm on my deathbed, I will be able to encourage people the way Jonathan Edwards did. That he will be looking to see his Savior face to face. He would be anticipating eternity on the other side of death's door. Well, I hope you're encouraged, even though we talked about someone dying today. But this has been another episode of Banting Banter. I hope you tune in next time to see what's next.